Welcome back, gamers, to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers. If you happen to be new here, we post daily content on all the latest and greatest gaming lists and more, so tap that subscribe button to never miss another one. Plus, leave us a comment down below with who your favorite Sonic character is. Also, don't forget to check out our newest sister channel, Tier List Official, where we rank everything from the worst fast food to the most hated YouTubers. Now, let's jump into today's list of the top 10 scary Knuckles facts. In at number 10, translate ancient text. As the Sonic the Hedgehog series started to gain traction with fans, Sega decided it was time to interject some ancient lore into the Sonic universe. This meant that the already complicated Sonic storylines would now have deep ties to their ancient relatives and therefore unlock new secrets in the already established zone. This made traveling through these hidden ancient areas more difficult though for the characters. However, Knuckles stood out amongst the crowd. Knuckles may seem all brawn and no brains, but when it comes to deciphering ancient text, he is a master of it. This fact unlocks a scary part of Knuckles' intelligence that we've never known before until the introduction of the ancient Sonic universe. The reason I'm suggesting it's scary is that if Knuckles is the only one who can translate the ancient text, then he also becomes the sole provider of the message. If ever a moment came up where Knuckles wanted to turn on his friends to score some sweet treasure, he could mislead them with little to no effort at all. He protect, he attack, but more important, here's another Knuckles fact. In at number 9, sense the chaos. When Sega introduced Knuckles into the Sonic universe, they put him in a pretty substantial role. He was introduced as the Guardian of the Master Emerald, a job that should not be taken lightly because, well, it's the most powerful relic on Earth. Within the Master Emerald is unbound and infinite power and can do everything from power machinery to enable the chaos powers which initiate a character's super transformation. Now, such a Guardian would need to be well equipped to handle such a task, and that's where things get a little scary. Knuckles needs to have his eyes on the prize at all times, whether it gets lost or stolen. So because of that, one of his most valuable abilities is being able to sense the energy of not just the Master Emerald, but all of the Chaos Emeralds. This means that if you ever try to steal one of them, you can be sure that Knuckles won't be far behind. Knuckles also stands as one of the very few remaining Emerald detectors, which is good and bad. If he decided to turn to the dark side, his abilities could be used in more than just a nefarious manner. In at number 8, survive any impact. If you needed another reason to be scared of Knuckles chasing you down for a Chaos Emerald, well, here it is. Unlike Sonic, who while protecting the world has taken his fair share of hits, putting him into a pretty winded state, Knuckles is extremely durable. Not only does he have super strength, but he can also endure the same amount of damage that he can dish out. This is startling to learn. Could you imagine smacking Knuckles only for him to be completely unfazed by it? I think it would just curl into the fetal position at that point. Knuckles has proven his durability many times in the past, most notably when a bomb exploded in his face, which barely left a paper cut sized scratch. Oh, and let's not forget the time that he was outside of Earth's atmosphere, fell back to the Earth, and still survived. If Knuckles ever retired from guarding the Master Emerald, we think he would do well with a sponsorship from Red Bull. In at number 7, creates fissures. Now you may be thinking, so what, he's strong. A lot of characters in the Sonic universe have great strength. Well, not too many of those characters can get as creative with their strength as Knuckles the Echidna can. He is so powerful that if he punches the ground, it can trigger a volcanic eruption. And throughout the Sonic series, Knuckles has used this power even on a minor level to create small shockwaves and even fissures. Fissures usually are large cracks in the ground that are caused by the soil surface tensing due to the lowering of the ground's surface elevation. This means he can punch so incredibly hard that it actually pushes that piece of the earth downwards, resulting in large cracks to form. This can come in handy when wanting to catch an enemy, say. Someone could be trying to run from Knuckles and he could just create a fissure that would swallow them into the soil. In at number 6, summon lightning. Many people speculate that because Knuckles is the Guardian of the Master Emerald, that naturally it makes perfect sense that he would also have supernatural abilities in his repertoire. Regardless of how he got them, he puts them to good use in Sonic Adventure 2, where we saw Knuckles calling down down a bolt of lightning to strike whomever he so chooses with just the wave of his hand. Sonic has insane speed, which we're sure terrifies his competition and enemies, but what would be even more nerve-wracking would be squaring off against someone who essentially has the same powers as Thor. This is only one of the many supernatural powers that the Echidna can utilize, but even if it was his only one, suffice to say that he would be one guardian that you wouldn't want to play games with. And at number 5, climb on walls. Bordering on the line of The Exorcist with this scary fact, due to the immense power that Knuckles has in his hands, he has learned to harness it for tasks that don't require just smashing things to bits. Knuckles the Echidna can actually tone down his strength just enough to push his digits into the side of any landscape. This means he can come at you like a spider monkey. Knuckles can scale any wall and even a ceiling with absolute ease as he does it. This skill definitely comes in handy when searching for treasure, because there is literally no mountain that Knuckles cannot scale to find it. And at number 4, punch through anything. Sure, Sonic did an okay job throwing punches in Super Smash Bros, but the real Sonic Universe MVP should have been Knuckles. His super strength, as I mentioned, can trigger a volcanic eruption and create fissures, which means he is so powerful he can punch his way out of any problem. He can literally punch through anything and everything. Toss a mountain at him, he'll split it into pebbles with a single haymaker. This super ability means bad news bears for any opponent that tries to take him out even from a distance. Eggman is always building some new and improved giant robot to take Knuckles down, but no matter what material they're made from, they don't stand a chance against a character who is literally named Knuckles. And at number 3, split molecules. Now it's important to note that Knuckles doesn't just pack a serious punch, he can also throw down so fast that our eyes wouldn't even be able to process what's happening. Due to the intense speed that he can punch with his fist, they've even engulfed in flames, making his punches that much more deadly and, well, flammable. Now at face value, you assume that his fists catch fire due to some sort of friction, but you'd only be partly correct on that assumption. He punches at such a ridiculous speed that what he's actually doing is splitting air molecules. When an air molecule splits, it results in a massive explosion, and now take into consideration that he can do this with both fists. And at number 2, take on the army. This is one of those facts that makes you say, oh no. If an army can't defeat Knuckles, it's scary to think of what must be stronger than that to get the job done. As I've mentioned, Knuckles has great durability, which also means that he can continue fighting without even breaking a sweat. This Echidna does not get tired as he takes on even the mightiest of enemies, including an entire army of foes. In the past, Knuckles has showcased this by tossing punches, dodging attacks, and always remaining 3 steps ahead of his enemy. This amount of stamina combined with his endurance, durability, and sheer strength means that the Sega gods chose the right guy to protect the Chaos Emeralds. Lastly, on our number 1 spot, control the Earth. Now we don't mean in the sense of moving the Earth throughout the universe, more so in the sense of being able to utilize the Earth and its forces. Again, it's speculated that the Master Emerald perhaps has a lot to do with this ability, but nonetheless it's a scary one. If Knuckles ever does take a hit that's too much for him to handle, he can simply use the Earth to heal himself in the moment. Plus, in addition to being able to call down bolts of lightning from the heavens, Knuckles can also call in a storm of meteors to strike anyone he's having issues with. So combine the fact that he has the Master Emerald's powers and can tap into the forces of the Earth, and this little Echidna is in God mode. And that has been the top 10 scary Knuckles facts. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then show us some love by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, leave us a comment down below with which fact from our list scared you the most to learn. Also, don't forget to check out Tier List Official before doing anything else today, or for more videos like this one, just click that playlist on your screen. From Top 10 Gaming, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.